Only the best fishermen have mastered this technique. In Korea, when I was learning to bass fish, what a lot of people say is that the best fishermen have mastered the art of fishing a weightless soft plastic. When it comes to fishing weightless soft plastics, when you have a weight, you can feel a lot of the bites because that weight is connected to the bait. When a bass picks it up, that weight will move your line and you'll feel that in your rod. But when you're fishing a weightless soft plastic, this bait is just kind of floating. And if a bass picks this up, you won't really be able to feel that bite. Most of the times, you're just going to see your line moving. So you have to be really good at reading your line. However, when you don't have a weight, you have to really have a good understanding of what your rod movement translates to in this bait moving across in the water. And although fishing a weightless soft plastic can be a little bit more difficult, it will always catch a bass when everything else fails. So here's how you do it. Now, when it comes to fishing a weightless soft plastic, today specifically, I want to talk about kind of any soft plastic that's generally kind of straight. The reason why I want to focus on these straight worms is because even with the Senko was actually never designed to be a wacky rig bait. It was actually designed to be fished on an EWG hook like this, and when you work that rod, you get that cutting action. But you'd be very surprised at other stick baits like this or like the Doe Life Shot at how good of an action they get out of it. The quick cutting action of a worm is great when the bass are aggressive. You can fish it fast to fish the top water like a fleeing bait fish, and if those bass aren't in the hungriest mood, then we just go to a falling technique. And what that means is on a stick worm like this, just having our EWG, casting it out, and just letting it sink straight down because this tail will get to wiggle. But also something with this is to kind of test different hooks and sizes and thicknesses of your wire hooks to make sure that when this bait is falling, you get a nice vertical fall. Now here's where the finesse comes in. So let's take something like the Doe Life Shot here, right? And this hits the bottom and is on the bottom. Now we have a few options, right? If they didn't hit it on the fall, you can either just lift your rod tip straight up, bring it up, and then just let it fall back down. However, what you can also do on weightless is once this bait hits the bottom, and what you can do is shake this bait lightly on the bottom. Now remember, you're fishing this weightless, so you don't want to shake it too aggressively. Just light enough so that you can get this bait to slightly move. And that little finessey kind of bottom movement looks like a little bait fish not paying attention, trying to eat something off the bottom, and then a bass will try to come and pick it up. Now, while shaking on the bottom is a good option, you can start to mix up different parts of this, right? So when this bait's on the bottom, if you give it a quick jerk and this bait just comes jumping up, then letting it glide back down on slack line is a great option. Mixing in the shakes, even on something that's like a little heavier like this Doe Life Shad, is just straight retrieving it, casting out, let it sink a little bit, and just slowly retrieving it, and it'll just come straight through the water. But even just that straight, slow, no action movement is enough to get finicky bass to eat. So if you can nail down weightless soft plastic fishing, trust me, your catches are going to go through the roof. So what are you waiting for? Get out there.